tale volumes. Like I have fantasy storyline, and so sometimes my characters are like dwarves or something like that. The shorter ones. What if you see something else? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Sorry if I ran over.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. You are. No, you're totally good. Yes, I did. Okay, how do I do this?
But then I didn't do it last night, and now I forgot the. Hey, you have the agenda.
Hey guys. I don't know how to make a link for this. How do I do this? Oh, there we go. I have one so far already. Hun, can you do me a huge favor?
She was that Zelda that we saw on the lineup.
Okay.
What?
There's my face.
What do you need me to do?
Post that link. Post this link on inside of here and just say, hey, I'm running some panels, and then link in there. And
Hey, I'm what?
Panels. Panels.
Just the BJD addicts?
I walked around in there yesterday for a while. I've had a chance to get into the dealer in so long. Really? There wasn't even a line. Yesterday there wasn't a line, but I don't think we were going to get through Artist Alley to get back here. Oh, man.
The line was super ultra long, but it moved really quickly.
Yeah, when I got there, it was really, it just stopped.
Oh. Oh, man.
This was before noon today. Yeah. I said, you know, I can't stand. I don't have my cane chair. I would have died yesterday with the line. I was in such an uncomfortable posture. Well, I mind in this one. I had a time limit, and I knew that my energy level was going down. Yeah. So I've been here since 8 in the morning. No, I slept. But I needed for 10 a.m. I had to do a panel at 10. I could prep for it. I slept in today. Yeah, I slept in today. Nope. I slept in, but it didn't feel like I slept in. It was about one of those weird rooms that don't have like a window to the outside. So you're like so disoriented. I was just like, yeah, my curtains like blocked out all the light, and so I was like, oh, why is it still so dark? And I looked over at my phone, and it was like, oh, I should be up by now.
Is that good? Yeah, where else? You said BJD addicts and then where?
BJD addicts, and then do it in my son's BJD page.
Oh. 7 BJD. Gotcha.
I was just like, why am I so awake? It's so dark out. And then I realized my curtains are closed. I'm like, well.
I like how we can hear the version.
I didn't have to. Yeah, I didn't have to sit up really sweet.
No, I'm too scared. I'm too scared. I just went and I admired. I went there and I drooled. Yeah.
Do you want this here?
I got my other one. The one that I've had for a couple of years was out there on the rack.
Oh yeah.
See, my theory is I didn't bring my
I
debit card.
wanted
That way I cough and can't buy.
Yeah, my friend
wanted. Yeah, her husband bought the Dracula. She bought the coffee for him. So funny. He's the one that I got. Oh my God.
I don't know how to start this.
It's his birthday today, so it was his birthday present. I had a.
Wow.
He used to, y'all have to just come up for something. Dolly time, big parties. We have parties all the time.
You guys are just party animals.
We are.
Party McParties.
And then
Boom, boom,
sat around
boom.
it with nothing, like for like a
Boom,
month and a half.
boom. Hi,
Sitting
people.
there because I didn't have anything for him. I actually
I'm
had
just kidding. I'm not gonna stand here
like,
doing the whole
well,
panel doing
okay,
that
none
too
of
well.
it fit when I got
Oh, did
there.
I
No,
turn this on?
so I had to preview it.
Hope I did. Okay, so FYI to people that are already here, the Q&A thing is on, so I don't know what it is. I don't know what magical thing you need to do in order to access it, but that's probably the best form of communication. If you guys have questions or whatever you guys need to do, that's probably the best way to reach me, because comments, I don't get anything that shows me comments. It just doesn't happen. So yeah, that's the gist. And this is who I brought. Yay! And then, ooh, and there goes half my cards. Ooh. Wait, you can't see. Yep. Okay. So I'm streaming this, and I've already told myself that I have to be energetic, even though like my husband and I have been running off of like the weirdest sleep pattern ever. Like I feel like my eyes are probably bloodshot. I don't know. I don't know if they are, but I'm just like.
Half a bullet's macaroni wrong.
Oh, it was cosplay, but it was. We went to a Naruto photo shoot, and it was outside, and I was dying. There was a girl that flat out passed out. Like
Yeah,
she
she
passed out.
straight up fell
out
on the
there.
ground, and they had to call the medics and all that stuff.
She did. You just saw her just go boop, just. And so I'm like, okay, I can't wear mine anymore because it's a lot.
Mark, step out for a second. You want me to record these guys?
No, just take pictures. I'm cool with that. Yeah. I don't know. My panel doesn't start. Yeah, mine doesn't start until 5:15. If not, let's all do karaoke, guys. Totally for that. Love me some karaoke. Ooh, we got two of them. This is cool. It's like a little baby projector. So tiny. Did you see this one? Little tiny baby projector. Was anybody here for the game show yesterday?
Yeah.
How did that go?
It was good.
Dang it. That's what I was supposed to do that with Sam, and then they scheduled it for Friday, and she forgot that I'm a teacher, so I'm in school still.
Oh, man.
Well, it's in-service day for teachers, and I was like, no, my baby. Which games did you guys get to play yesterday?
We did the bingo
Oh,
and the name the sculpt.
oh,
I was really bad at that because I don't know them.
oh man! I made that bingo game.
Oh,
That's
wait,
why I
wait.
wanted to do.
There was one that was a scrambled word.
I made that one too. Oh, see, I
It
did
stumped
that one.
almost everybody.
Really?
Yeah.
I made it that hard?
Yeah. I think I had 2 left.
Really?
When the first person finished.
Oh man! Well, I'm glad. I was like, man, people that come are probably really well versed and like know their
we were
stuff.
always like every time we find one, we were like, oh, that was so easy. We made it more complicated in our heads.
Oh no! 'Cause I was like, some of them were pretty easy. I think like wig,
Yeah, that
I
one
did,
was
like,
the first one that
egg
everybody
or
got.
something like that. I don't know what it was.
It was backwards.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I made it too easy. But I'm glad I was
No,
able
the
to
last
film
one
some
stumped
of it.
everybody. I don't remember which one it was. 15, it was sealant. Sealant.
Sealant.
Yeah. Elastic killed you.
Did it?
The BJD game show. They done scrambled words, and one of them is equa or wig. It's
Yeah.
backwards, and the other one's sealant. And
that
sealant
one
was
was
like,
Little salad then.
like it was awful.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you guys had fun with it. I
It was
really,
fun.
really, really wanted to come, like super bad. So I don't know who won yesterday, but I have prizes for them. I don't know who it is.
I want to just kind of face up, so.
Dang! Awesome.
I'm glad it's this one.
Hi. Was it?
Yeah, they talk about the
What
concept
panel
of
is
the Dracula. It's
Ooh.
all, if you look at it, it's all shapes of weapons.
They're like, this stuff is amazing. Like, he brought a sketch pad to Santa Japan, and he brought it with him to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love that sketch pad. Hey, I love that sketch pad. Like, I felt bad because like at the end of the panel we had at Santa Japan last year, like people brought out a sketch pad for him to sign, and then he started drawing a little picture, and then everybody was asking for her to draw little pictures, and I was like, I want a picture. I was like, I'm too scared to ask. I was like, oh well, guess I won't. Who's this lady that's just chilling up here with the green tea? She's so chilly.
She's been there for a while.
I like her jacket. She's up here. That's what she does. I'm talking about this girl right here. She's like just chilling here. She's like, welcome to A-Kon. Welcome. Welcome to doll A-Kon. I am beautiful. I'm a beautiful woman. So beautiful. So beautiful woman. Yes. Hi everyone. Yeah. So this is 5:04. Wow, I still got plenty of time before I start because it says 5:15. To tell jokes, stories, guys. I don't know any good jokes.
You should think of some jokes.
I know! That'd be a great idea. Think of like before when I'm setting up and if I finish early. You're like, oh yeah, I want to go bar.
Only one of them can fit on the stool because it's 1/6 scale. The rest of them topple over.
Dun-dun-dun.
I'll have
Yeah.
an audio panel that makes people clap.
Yeah. Like, what's wrong with you? Why do you look so angry? You just too tight?
No,
I was gonna say,
sculpted that way.
Womp womp. I worked really hard on that one. I couldn't think of one fast enough. I gotta think of something. Oh, but I did want to think of something, and somebody suggested turning it into a contest, but I actually don't want to turn it into a contest because I feel like it might be kind of like a bad. I don't know if it's a bad thing or not. You know how in Harry Potter they tell the people that are non-wizards they're muggles? What would you consider non-doll people?
plebs.
What?
Plebs.
Plebs.
It's like a plebeian, like a. It's like a lower class.
That's what I'm trying to avoid. As I was like, man, if I turn that into a contest, I'm scared that people will be
No,
like,
it's the unawares.
The
the unawares,
There you go.
Yeah,
the unawares,
Well,
or the unstrungs.
I don't
The
know at all.
unstrung.
Oh,
The
okay.
unstrungs. I was like,
No,
is
The
this,
voting one is different than not like.
yeah, the unstrungs. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that's not offensive. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah. I just thought that was funny because I was like, I have a lot of people that I know that aren't in the doll hobby, but know that I'm in the doll hobby. And I'm like, how would I mean, yeah, they're just my friends, but I'm like, they need a name. Like, how there's muggles. Hey! Sam?
Yeah.
Sam, I'm so excited. The games were so good. They were telling me about it.
Everybody was like super duper excited.
I'm like so depressed because I couldn't go. Yeah. Do you know who the winners were?
I do, and I will give them to you.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, my panel doesn't start till 5:15. We're just kind of just sitting here chilling and talking.
Gotcha.
I was trying to think of a funny joke to tell, but
It's all related and funny.
y'all related funny joke. But no, it's not happening.
Maybe there's already some on the intro.
Nah, no, there's not. Our doll pickup lines, like BJD pickup lines. Shoot, these are great ideas. I'm gonna turn this into videos. BJD pickup videos. Like I can't even think of them right now. Darn, I'm not smooth. I wish I was.
Baby, your elastic is so tight it makes me want to be strong.
Oh! Snap!
That's a good one.
Dang.
Apparently he didn't
So, anatomically correct too?
Oh! Dang! She knows. Do you already have
That's a bad pickup line side.
Man. Like, I'm still trying to think of one. I'm like, I like your PJT. I don't know. That's too funny. Hi, 6 random people. Everyone in the room say hi. Hi. Someone suggested saying, "Hey, are you ball jointed?" No, that doesn't work, Ringo. Just kidding. I love you. Just kidding. You can have an opinion. I love you. All right.
Look at that Moe body on
Oh yeah. Are you A-line? Because baby, you look like a cutie. Cutie legs.
Yeah.
That was good.
I was like, I'm kidding. I'm gonna leave some cards up here. I don't know if you guys want this card, but it has my info on it, and it also has on the flip side my little legit spot there too. They're like essential. I'll put them there, and I've got like 5 more minutes left. How's everyone else doing? Is everyone here like more the doll side, or are you guys like here for the crown part too, or both? Both. Both. That's hubby, by the way. That's my husband. He has to go where I go. And we have actually learned to be smart with my dolls, and we carry them whenever I have stuff I do in a suitcase with wheels. Before I used to have that Delmore bag. It's an SB, the double bag, and I'd carry that bad boy, and then I'd carry another like tote bag with all my stuff in them, and he would be the one carrying them. It wasn't me, it was him carrying them. So.
Yeah, you're saying I can't. I'm like, okay.
But when I say I mean he's carrying them. So, because it's a new Yes, I know.
Last year, we had to park,
That was
we had to
terrible.
park like super far and we had to walk a little bit.
Yeah.
Man.
It was like across the highway thing.
Oh yeah, it was across the freeway. They were telling
It almost
us
like
when we were driving.
yeah, you're like,
Oh,
how
terrible.
tiny and cute, like light they look.
And then carrying like all the
Yeah.
dolls, it was terrible having to do that. And then in full cosplay too, it was not fun at all. Not fun at all. Nope. Well, that's good. Are you guys? There's always one. There's always one that falls. There's always one that shows his butt crack. Like it's like a tradition amongst all people when they are all in one setting together. Like something has to happen.
My group had a tradition when you ever left the room, your doll got posed with other dolls in funny ways, or undressed. Either one. Like it was like
Customary.
I
Well,
was like-
you left.
I was it was like my first doll beat, someone left, and they're like, okay, go, go, and I was like,
Like swarmed it. Like she's gone. Go. Like running after her. Oh no! Oh my god, that is the best thing that I love is magnetic penises, and I want to have a doll that has one eventually. I don't have any, and I've never seen one, but like I really, really want one. Like, I don't know why.
We were talking about the joke stuff. I did kind of think of a joke
With the magnetic
that has to do
penis,
with magnetic penis, but I hate it.
it's like the funniest
I
thing
come in
ever.
different sizes.
And it's like I think Jagged Doll gives you like 3 of them.
Yeah, they have 3 of them, and they're like all in different stages.
I want that.
They come in like a little velvet bag, all
My
tied
window.
up pretty. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hi.
Has a strong penis.
yeah.
What?
Yes.
A strung?
Strong penis. Yeah. And so you can pull
Oh
it
my
and it's
God.
down, and you can put it here, or you can put it up so it's here.
Are you kidding me?
You rotate it to put it up. Yeah. I can show you later.
Yes, Yes, anytime I hear stories about doll, like, optional parts like that, it makes my day. Like, seriously, I could talk all day about how funny that is.
Like, hey, you want to see my doll's strong penis?
Just straight up.
Yeah.
Just straight up so boring. Just really
Demonstrate it for you.
yeah, right? Oh my gosh. That is too funny.
Or you flipping it around and goes, my doll likes you.
Oh,
My
that
doll
is-
and I shared the same opinion. And showed up.
it is too crazy. I'm just glad I haven't seen anything too crazy for the girls. There's not really much you can do.
Remember that one?
I did see, yeah, that was interesting. The BJD Addict sales page, there's somebody that has a doll. I don't remember. I can't think
We
of.
were like flinging around.
Yeah, she's a very.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
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 It was Angelophilia.
Is that what it is? I've never heard of that before, like, or seen them before.
Yeah, I had neither.
And she
so I
comes
looked
with
it up.
two breastplates, like the one that has.
Yep.
this way, and then the ones that are this way, and then like I guess
I'll have to show you.
yeah, they're really, and then like their faces, like this one's like I don't want to make your face because so like she's like like that, you know, and I'm just like wow, okay, like
That's new.
that's new to me, you know, because I know the only other one that I know is kind of like is the dynamites. If you've ever seen those in real life, hey, the dynamites are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
For the one that-
Yeah. And like when I first got my first BJD, I only had him, and then I went to a meetup, and there was this girl that had like 3 or 4 dynamites, and so I posed him in the middle like this, and all the girls are like this. It was awesome. I was like, and I was just like, so yeah. Oh yeah, 5:14. Sweet. That means I can start. Okay. Delete questions. Hey, come on in. Oh, what did I do? Come on in. Okay. So, hello. I hope everyone's having a fantastic Saturday. My name is Asemba, and I am a BJD blogger on YouTube, and I actually do reviews for the Junkie Spot. And Junkie Spot is a US distributor. Pretty sure some of you guys might know this stuff already, so I hate to be repetition, like do repetitive things with you all if you already know some of the stuff I'm going to share with you today. But for those of you who don't know anything about BJDs, is there anyone in the house that's like never owned or looking to buy a BJD? Okay, good, great. Okay, cool. So my panel today, what I'm going to be talking about is buying a BJD. Let me tell you a tiny story that will hopefully put you at ease, because I don't know if you guys that are looking into buying BJDs have been doing research, but when I first started it, this lady had kind of just told me, hey, you know, you should check out this site, something about dolphins, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, so I Google search dolphin, and I'm like, oh my God, $800 for a doll, are you kidding me? And I clicked the X so fast. I was like, I'm out of there. No, this is not happening. I will stick to cosplay and manga and everything else. But back, and it's actually, a lot of the information pools and things like that is a lot more wider now. But when I had first looked into it, it was very hard to find information on like, well, what do I do? Like, where do I start? Like, how do I order one? So hopefully today I'll go ahead and I'll shine some light on some of these questions that you might have and kind of give you some insight or tips that might help you. I don't claim to be a professional or like a pro or, you know, master doll collector or whatever. This is kind of just like what I've kind of learned, and then just based off of some of the stuff that I've reviewed from different doll companies that I get products from. So, first and foremost, I think the most important thing that you can do is to stick with your gut feeling. Like, whatever you feel like is going to be something that you really like, go for it. The biggest trap that I think a lot of people fall into are, well, it's really expensive, and I think I'm just going to get something that's less expensive. The thing is, you really need to be happy with what you're going to get, because this is a big investment. Like, these are like 200 to 800. People pay thousands for some of these dolls, and you really want to make sure that you're happy with it. If not, you're going to have to travel into another world on how to sell it, and that's going to be a lot more harder for you, rather than just going with what your gut feelings were. So, but there are a lot of companies that are very user-friendly, or what I feel are very user-friendly to beginner people that are looking into purchasing a doll. I don't like calling them beginner dolls, because I really don't think there is a beginner doll. I mean, whatever you like is going to be what you like. And if it happens to be only $80, then it's $80. Like, yay, hip hip hooray. But a couple companies that I can just kind of shoot off that I know are available on the Junkie Spot, and that I have currently up here with me too, is a company called Hujo. And Hujo is kind of fairly new. They've been kind of coming out. It's funny because whenever Emery tells me about the stories about Hujo, I don't know if it's the whole thing, but he says that it's like a group of students and like a teacher that run like a little shop that does the dolls. So they're constantly making changes and trying to make new like state-of-the-art parts for the doll. So for example, she was kind of like a really cool thing because they had implemented rubber into some of the jointing areas so that way you're not really having to sway them. They also integrated these kind of gears in here so it will click and lock into place. And honestly, like they always, anytime they come out with something new, like I always want to look at everything because they do try to be as user-friendly as possible. They even like labeled parts inside of the body with an L. I guess it has an L. So if you're restringing it, like you can know which one is which. It doesn't have the R on it. So it's a really innovative company. They are actually made out of ABS. They're not made out of resin. So this is kind of, it feels more of like a little tea set that you used to have when you were growing up. It's a little plasticky. And from what I've heard, it doesn't really yellow. So I don't know. I've only owned this one and my other ones for maybe about 4 years, 5 years tops maybe. And I honestly haven't seen anything happen to them. As to where I do have like a Doll Zone doll that I've had for 3 or 4 years or maybe 5 now. And she is starting, I can see that she's not the same as other parts on her body. So it's definitely an option and they're really inexpensive too. I want to say like $200 maybe, like for an MSD. They also make a bunch of other really cool stuff. Actually, I have some. They make the berry, and then they have some other ones too that are kind of like this. They kind of look more chibi-istic. Yeah, and there's another one too, the Hujo Nanorabi. They make a bunch of other little dolls like this too that are just really good. And I feel like if you're scared about doing a face-up or you're scared about doing restringing, it's a good option to go through because they're only like, these are only like $35 or $40. So it's definitely a good place to start if you're just like, I don't know if I can do a face up, or I don't know if I can drill, like and pierce the ears or whatever. I have a Hujo berry at home that I've tested everything on. Like I have tried drilling, like doing ear piercings on it and like different kinds of face ups and stuff. And she's a trooper. She's there at my house. So I think they're really good. And I mean, they're strong just like BJDs are strong. And they need all the supplies that BJDs need. I think it's a good starting point mainly if you're kind of just like, oh, I don't know about it. Another company that a lot of people seem to float towards too that are kind of more on the inexpensive side that would be a good place to look at too is like Resin Solar Bobogi. Those are really good ones too. I have actually like 3 or 4, and I know there's like a huge controversy about some people get really like touchy and they're like, oh, those are just cheap dolls and oh, you get it. I actually really like them. I like them because I got to work on them and it helped me learn so much because I had to restring it because they come in kind of loose. I had to sway them because their parts kind of like, they go with this. So sueding helps a lot. And then I had to also, what else did I do? I had to wire it because I wanted to learn how to wire it all. So it was really cool because I got to learn how to do all that stuff, and it's not like, I went off and like did it on like my Zoom limited monthly, whatever, Elliot, I don't know, just one of those dolls. So it's a good place to start in some of these different places that are out there, and I wouldn't concentrate too much on the price. It doesn't matter like if you're going to start off with a doll that's like $45 or you're going to start off and you find something that's awesome and it's going to be $400. I think the best thing to go with is just your gut, what you want, and just kind of stick with it. Because you don't want to buy something and regret it and then having to see, well, what am I going to do now? I got this doll that I'm not bonding with and I really don't like it. It just sits in this box all day, So we don't want that to happen to you also. Go with your guts. Another thing is that you're definitely going to want to research where you're getting it from. So there's a lot of different options for you to do if you're going to be buying a BJD. You could buy it from a U.S. distributor, which that means that the people from China and Japan, all those other big fun countries, they send their dolls to us here in the U.S., whoever that distributor is, and then the distributor will then sell it to you. 2 things I really like about that. 1, shipping is a lot cheaper to get it shipped to you if you're using a U.S. distributor. 2, it comes in a lot faster if it's in stock. So if they say that it's in stock, that's what Junkie Spot kind of prides themselves in, is that they will go ahead and make sure that anything that is on the website, unless it's marked like pre-ordered, it is in stock. It will be at your house. Like, shortest I've ever had it, like 3 days it came in. Like, it was insane. Like, it's just boom, you buy it and it's there. So Junkie Spot is a U.S. distributor. There's Denver Doll also, and then there's Midtown Card, which is in Michigan as well. There's a couple, like there was one in Canada. I don't know if it's still there. Featherfall was another one. So
It's not there.
it's not there anymore, right?
No,
They
she
closed
had to
down.
stop. She
Yeah.
got really, really sick.
Yeah. So I mean, it's very few. There's not a lot, but I do like going that route. If not, you can definitely buy them straight from the company. Just be aware that it will take some time. And that is probably the hardest thing to do. Is just to wait. Nobody likes the waiting game. Like, there's people that wait like months for their dolls to come in, and you're just sitting there, and then you get into that dangerous situation where you start buying other things while you're waiting, and it's just like, oh, what am I doing to myself? So waiting does take a while, so just be wary of that. So the other place that you could do, or other option, would be like secondhand. Now, there's a lot of different places that you can go to. Facebook actually has a lot of different sales groups for BJDs right now, which is really cool. But just like anything else, you want to definitely do your research because you don't know who you're going to get your money to. Also, make sure that you always do your transactions through PayPal or some other safe, secure way because you want to be able to get your money back in case something bad happens. And, you know, unfortunately, the market right now, from what I understand, like back in the day, and I say back in the day, it wasn't even like that back in the day, but, you know, further on, it wasn't too bad of a problem, you know, giving your money, doing a secondhand doll transaction. But now there's a lot of different things that go on, and so there's people that are just not good people either. So it's kind of a risk that you take, but as long as you can hopefully trace back some feedback on them and find out who they are a little bit more, rather than just saying, oh, I want that doll, it's secondhand, I'll buy it from you, here's my money. Because you want to make sure that you are just super safe with how you're going to be buying this doll. There is a Facebook group page that also has BJD sellers. Like, it's a Facebook feedback page. And I think it's just called BJD feedback page for Facebook. I think that's what it's called. And I'm trying to push more people to that, so that way we can get more of our community to do feedback on there. Because I know DOA has a feedback page too, but since there have been like no change in their like accepting guests, it's like invitation only, like forever until like we all die. So I don't know what to tell you other than that because you can't access it. So hopefully we can get more of the community to join that too, so that way it's easily accessible for not just only people that are DOA, but for other people as well. So yes, secondhand is an awesome way to go. And it's an awesome way to go if there's dolls that are no longer being made, you can get them secondhand. And then also sometimes it's a tad bit cheaper too, depending on what you're looking at. Depending on what sculpt it is, it can become a little bit cheaper. So the other way that I can recommend too is eBay, but you gotta be super careful with eBay, like super careful with eBay. I'm not here to like post and tell you guys and, you know, give you my gospel speech about recasts, but just be aware that there are probably recasts being sold on eBay. And if it's like a Fairyland doll, it's like, you know, Minifee Chloe, it's only being sold for like $100. Like, the chances are it's probably not a real Fairyland. I think it might not be. So just be wary of what you're purchasing on eBay, because, you know, there's people out there that will sell recasts on there too. So you just want to be super duper mega awesome careful, mainly since it's so much money that you're investing. So eBay, I already talked about eBay. Okay. Next point I want to put you towards is, what are you looking for? A lot of people that join this hobby are either like writers or they're artists, and so they have like a character set in mind. I think that really helps you with your process when you're buying a doll, is when you already have that picture in your head of what you want. And depending on what you want, may be a route for you to follow to see what companies you would go through. For example, I really really wanted to make this anime character, and I can't even remember what it's called right now. And he was like a prince, a tan-skinned prince. And I was like, oh shoot, well now I'm gonna have to find a tan-skinned doll. So my quest started looking for companies that sold tan-skinned dolls, and I had to look, and then I had to see, okay, well, what's the benefits? Like, what can I do? Like, how do I care for them? Because I think tan-skins are a little bit more sensitive. Okay, what do I gotta do? So having that character set in mind and then starting the process from there is really helpful to have that end goal in mind. So if you have a character in mind that you really want to have come to life, it's good to have that image beforehand. I've had dolls, because as weird as it is, whenever I get stuff in for reviews, sometimes I don't know what it is. And I usually keep the product so that way if anybody has a question or if I need to take pictures or do anything special for them, I have it. So some of my dolls, when they come in, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to do with you. You're just, I had a Hujo Amy come in. And I don't know if you guys know what the Hujo Amy is. Yeah, you're laughing back there. Yeah, you know what it is. Hujo Amy is like a half dog. It's like a 60-centimeter half dog, half woman doll. And I was just like, with the dog face. And I was like, what do I do with this dog face? Like, what did you send me, Emery? What is this? But, you know, I didn't think of it then, but after I had her, it was harder to do it this way, but after I had her, I was like, dude, she's going to be a fox spirit. Fox spirit. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make her some fox ears, and she's going to be like, Amaterasu. Like, she's going to be cool. So I did that, but it is kind of weird to get, like, a doll, like, oh, I just like that doll, and then you're like, okay, well, what do I got to do with it now? Like, what do I do? If you pre-plan, I think it'll go a lot easier because then you can look for the clothes and the hair and the shoes that way too. So it's really helpful for that. Okay. Awesome. Next point, check-in reviews. So luckily, since this hobby is no longer, I don't think it's that small of a niche anymore. I think there's a lot of people now compared to when the hobbies first started appearing here. It's a lot bigger, so there's a lot more resources to look for and to look through if you're purchasing a doll. Reviews are probably the best and most awesomest thing ever, and I love seeing them on YouTube. Not only because, you know, you get to see a doll, you know, and you get to look at what they think about it, but I feel like you get more out of it when you see a video of them moving it around versus just picture, 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 and then that's it. I would really I just want to see, does it stand? Does it sit? You know, can I crouch it down? Can I, you know, what does it do? Like, I want to see it moving. So it's really nice to see, like, reviews on YouTube, or if you do go through the picture out, DOA has some pages also, some threads for reviews on certain dolls. But yeah, definitely just search on YouTube and see if you can find the doll that you're looking for and see what people think about it. And one thing that I've learned is that people are usually friendly in the hobby. If you have a question and you can contact that person to ask them your question concerning the doll, they'll get back to you. They're pretty much friendly. I've had a pretty good record of asking people random questions about their dolls, and they're like, oh yeah, and they just kind of want to talk to you about it. So it's a very pretty much welcoming community. I don't think I've ever had anybody come up to me like when I ask them a question, oh, so you know, what kind of size shoes do they wear? And they're not gonna be like, no. Like, I've never had that happen before. So it's a pretty good community if you have questions to ask other members. Yeah, reviews are always awesome. Doing it through YouTube, or if you have another means of doing it, or if you go to a doll meet and a friend owns that. Okay. Another fun part is calculating the price. A lot of people, sometimes they kind of just focus on the price. The price.
No, it's saying fun.
Oh, fun. Yes. Yeah, that is the fun part. A lot of people don't think of the extra things that come with it. So you're buying a doll. That's fantastic. That's wonderful. But do you have the other supplies to go with it? You know, when we think about BJDs, you know, there's also BJD care that comes with it. So buying things like cleaning sponges in case something gets on them, or if you're going to be doing face-up work with them, do you have the proper materials? Did you buy pastels? Did you buy acrylic paints? These little things add up, And if you're adding that into your total cost, that's fine. But if you forget about it and then you're like, oh no, and then I need that, I need that, I need this, I need that, and then it just kind of piles up. So it's good to calculate your costs from the beginning so that way you know how much you're going to have to put into it. Another thing is the shipping too. Depending on where you're ordering it and who you're ordering it from, shipping is going to be another chunk that gets added onto your doll's price. So even though on the site it's like, oh yeah, this is $300, if you're buying it from like China or Japan, it could be easily like $40 shipping. So it's a big chunk that tacks onto the total price. So it's definitely a good thing for you to research that as well to see how much it's going to cost to come to you and what other expenses you need to consider when you're joining the hobby. And I mean, honestly, if you're not going to do anything, if you do happen to buy like a full set, then you probably won't be spending that much extra. I would probably recommend for sure getting like some some magic clean erasers, because those like save my life like every day. Like I love magic clean erasers. They're really good for cleaning off any little not stains, but any like kind of little things that pop up on the doll just from everywhere, everyday stuff that happens. So but that's it. Like unless you are doing face-ups, because face-ups is gonna be like a whole different story. You mean like that's like a panel on itself. Like face-ups, BJD face-ups is a panel on itself. So but yeah, just to make sure that you calculate your price. Okay. And the last little part that I'm going to talk about is just having fun. When you're buying a BJD, like it should be a fun thing. It shouldn't be like a stressful, like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't find my doll. Like just go with it. Don't be afraid, and don't really stick too much of what people are trying to tell you or trying to sway you to. Like it's going to be persuade you to. It's going to be whatever you really, really want. Like whatever you feel that you really, really like is what you should go with. And just have fun with it. Like it's a really fun hobby. There's a lot of people that do a bunch of different things with these dolls. Some of them, do photography. Some of them like to draw them. Some people like to do the face-up work. Some people, they'll make clothes. And it's just a really great all-around thing for people to do, like to jump into different mini hobbies within this hobby. So important thing is to have fun. But yeah. Other than that, I think that's pretty much all my like tips and tricks that I can think of for buying a doll. If you guys have questions, I don't mind answering questions, and if not, I can also kind of talk about how the process is for when I get dolls in from the Junkie Spot to do the reviews. Any other questions? Questions?
I noticed there's a lot of like size differences in different types of dolls, and like if I'm getting different parts, like I'm like having to be sure like I'm getting like the right like part for the right doll, like size wise. Like I know there's like basic like sizes that they generally come in, like I've never really known which is which. Like
Okay, well, basics are the basics. You've got 3 main sizes. You've got like a 1/3 scale size doll, which is like an SD size doll, like this guy right here. So a lot of his stuff, whenever you buy it, it should already be labeled. If not, they'll give you like measurements, like actual measurements that you can go off of. And the websites for the dolls normally have their measurements there too, so you can match it up with that. But usually everything, if I buy it from him, it'll be labeled like an SD size shirt or SD size pants. And that's kind of how the best way to go about it. If not, measurements is also probably really, really a good way if they provide measurements. I know like Dollmore is a website that sells clothes and things like that too, and they do have measurements. So it like will flat out tell you that if the pants are this long, and I know that my boys can't wear Dollmore pants because they turn into high waters. So then that's what it is. So that's SD size. Then we have MSD, which is kind of like our 1/4 scale, and she's a little bit smaller. Yeah. She's like, no, leave me anything. I want to be done with. She's MSD sized, and it's 1/4 scale. So anything that I find for her is going to be 1/4 or MSD labeled. So that will be her size range, like middle-ish. I did really. I don't. These kind of count, I guess, for 1/6 scales. Yeah. So this is going to be more of like USD size. So it'll be more of the tinier ones. So anything that's labeled for her will have that label, or it'll be 1/6 scale. Funny thing, just random tidbit, is that like a lot of people refer to them like as SD or MSD, but that's actually a Volks term. So it's kind of funny because we just kind of coined it as that. You know, we just say that's an MSD, that's an SD doll. Like, you know, you just say that. But SD is super Dolphy. That's Dolphy language, you know, in Volks. And MSD is mini super Dolphy. And then USD is something, I forget what it was, USD. And it like, yeah, like youth or child, like it's what it translated to or something like that. So it's funny because we coined that phrase for all the different companies, but that's really, you know, their thing.
More generic terms, just like 1/3.
Yeah. The most generic thing probably would be to be going off. Yeah. And since you asked the question, you get to come pick a prize. Everyone's like, yes. I'm just kidding. So I think these are promised for a panel earlier. I have marmalade, berry, and rabbit. You get the big one! Because you were great. Yay! Oh. Just kidding. No, I'm not going to try to be mean. Okay. Somebody asked me a question. Fine. Yes, but yes. What? You can't have a doll. Like, we've got a room full of dolls. What's your question? You don't have a question.
Where would be a place you could find face-up artists?
Actually, there are a lot of Facebook groups that have sales threads, and people usually, if they're artists, will post their commission pages there, and you can kind of get a look at their portfolios to see how their work is and see their prices and what you might be able to do and ask and request of the artist. I think it's good to search through those pages to see who's open for commissions. I would say to really look at them though, and look at the different profiles and check prices too, because that's another cost that comes into.
I've heard some kind of horror stories, like famous artists overseas, like
Yeah. I mean, some of them I'm amazed, like that they're that much. I'm like, dang. I'm like, do they use gold? I was like, does it come with the doll? I'm like, I don't know how they're painting it, like with like zebra brush hair or something. I don't know. Like, it's a magical thing that they do. But it's a good way to do that, and then just to look up feedback for that artist too, just to see how people's rapport are with that person, to see, you know, how they will. Because it is scary, like sending off your doll to somebody you don't know and then hoping it'll come back, you know, the way you want it. So it is a scary process, but if you do research and you know, like people have trusted this person and they're doing good, then it shouldn't be a problem. She's a face-up artist, that's what I was playing. Yeah, so. You get to pick a prize! Yay! For questions! Anyone else? Yes.
Is there a good way to identify your doll? Because I bought a doll and the seller didn't really know who she was.
Oh, okay.
But I liked her enough where it's like, I don't care.
Yeah, you're like, yay!
But now it's like I need to know.
You want to know like what sculpt it is?
Right. And brand. I think it's a brand that's out of business too, which doesn't help any.
Oh. Well, usually for some of our dolls, and most of our dolls, a good way to check is that sometimes we'll have stuff on the back of the head, and I said this now, and my doll family doesn't have it. Usually they'll have some type of, they started putting like crests or emblems in the back of the heads. Yeah, sometimes I'll have them on the inside. Look at doll family, man. They didn't even work. They like just couldn't just put it together, just, you know, sew it all. But usually that's a place where you could check is the head cap to see if anything's written there. Do you know if anything's written there?
Not on the back of the head, but I haven't actually
Opened it. Maybe to check in the inside of the head. If not, that is like a super fun game that people like to play on our page. I say it's a game, but like there's so many people that are really knowledgeable that are just really good at naming sculpts. Like they just know them.
yeah.
If you took a picture of it and you posted it on our BJD Addicts Facebook page, I guarantee you somebody probably would identify it. Like seriously, straight up, because it's happened before. Like people have taken pictures. I don't know what sculpt this is. You guys know what this is? And like a bajillion people are like, yeah. And I'm like, dang, you guys are so smart. Like I didn't even know what it was. It was just a beautiful doll to me. Like I have no clue. So
I think it makes it more difficult, you know, when they have the different eyes and the hair and the different face-ups. Like, how can you tell?
I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how you do this. Yay! Now that means you get to walk away with my cute little buzz Riley. It's little baby Riley. He's so cute. Wow. He's a little baby too. Welcome. Okay.
It's like that. She can just pick out more. She said that there's one company that can send them photos and get, I think it's 6 or 10 that make what you want from the photos. It's like, oh, that's expensive.
You're like, yeah, that's
There's actually a lot of companies who started to do that. April Starry just started their thing where they have it's called like My Angel or something, and they have sales like once a month. They all have this huge sale, and they act as if it's like, oh, it'll run out by then, but like that once it runs out, they start a whole other one. It's the exact same thing. But they have a My Angel doll, and for an SD size doll, it's like $800 for it, and you can get a custom sculpt with the body and everything. And there's no minimum order amount, it's just yours. So.
Yeah, there's like
It's
so much that are like amazing. I don't know if you guys have even heard of the Smart Doll, but I was like so excited when Danny Chu was like, I'm gonna make it move, and I'm like, my time has come. My time has come. The dolls are gonna move. Like I was like so excited.
Now it's going to be
But it's gonna be the half scale. Yeah, it's too much. It was too expensive to put it in a one. He was gonna plan to put it robotics in a 1/3 scale size doll, but then it became too expensive for him to do it.
We went to the
Yeah.
panel.
And now, what?
We went to the panel.
Oh really?
It was so fun.
Awesome. But yeah, he said that the one that he wants to put the animatronics and like stuff in is supposed to be like almost like half scale, almost. But the thing that I thought was hilarious, I don't know if it was real or not, but if you read his page for it, he's like, yes, you know, she will be very similar to that of like, you know, Chobits from Chi, you know, to be like a computerized thing. You can use internet access and ask questions, blah, 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 like saying all this other stuff. And then he said that it would be for home security as well. And I was like, wait, what? And he's like, for home security purposes as well, and will be following, since it'll be following the rules of robotics, it cannot kill a person. So yeah, I was like, I'm like reading the page and I'm like, it's like, okay, iRobot, like what is this? So and it literally had the iRobot like rules of robotics. But then the funniest part is that he said that he was possibly thinking of, for home security, equipping it with either a stun gun, what was the other one? Pepper spray, or get this, flamethrower. Can you imagine like a robber breaking into a house, like trying to steal some stuff, and then like this like little like 1/6 scale size doll comes out and like, you know, shoots you with a flamethrower. Like, no one's gonna break into that house anymore. Like I'd be frightened, you know, to have that in my house actually. Anything with fire that could, you know, potentially harm me. I know, so I was like, okay, Danny Chu, I think you need to take it down a notch. That's okay, you're all right.
What is it? And then he comes back on the second and says, part of this is actually.
Because if you look at his website right now, I just looked at this like 3 days ago. Like it's there, and it's not April. It's like.
But like when he first said that he was gonna have all these, very beginning, he was gonna make his own doll. It was on April 1st.
Everybody thought that the one half scale was actually a joke, but then he came out and said that part of it was still true. And so we're like, okay, so the doll is true, but the flamethrower is not.
I'm just joking about that, guys. But seriously, they'll have stun guns. Yeah, it's gonna happen.
It's a taser. It's
Like, yeah, I just think that'd be hilarious to come home to, just like a passed out robber, and then my doll like this, like. I'm like, I want that to happen one day. Let's get rid of ADT. It's fine. So, yeah, it was just a funny side story. So, anyone else? Questiones? Anyone? Yes.
Do you know the all out place to find
Patterns for dolls. Ew. I am like the worst person to ask. I do not make doll clothes. I did make doll clothes at the beginning, and they were the ugliest things. Like, they were sad. But I do. So what?
Undead threats. Undead threats.
There you go. Undead death.
Free.
She's got it. Yeah, so I know there's some people that share stuff on DOA too, but it's like if you have DOA access. Like, I don't know if you have DOA access or not. But there's some people that share stuff on there too. But yeah, I'm not very, yeah, no.
There's a couple people on Etsy who will sell patterns as well for like a couple bucks. You can just print them off.
It's a
Oh!
crochet. You can go out and do crochet and knit. Go out to all free crochet and just take the patterns and shrink them down.
Ooh, see, I learn something new every day. Awesome. Yay, since you asked me a question. And it was pertaining about clothes. You get to choose what baby kitty shoes you want. Because they're babies. Look at the kitty shoes. Yay, kitty shoes. Everyone likes kitty shoes. Yay. Okay. And what am I at now? Anything else?
This is like the weights that they have. Like, do they have kind of standard size items?
I think that is the stinkiest part ever, is trying to get wigs
It's
sometimes.
kind of a bigger item.
Yeah. It's like, and it varies from company to company sometimes too, even though it might be an MSU size doll, and standard like MSU would be like 7 to 8 inch wig. Like sometimes it's not that. Sometimes it's smaller than that. Sometimes it might be a little bit bigger than that. It really depends on what you have. And I would say the best part of it is just, the best thing to do would be to take measurements. Like take measurements or see what other people who have that doll, what they bought for their doll. Because, yeah, I have, what is it? It's a soul doll this girl gave me, and I don't know what it is exactly. But I put on a 7/8 wig, which should have been like normal 1/4 scale size doll stuff, and she was swimming in it. Like it was like swiveling all over her face, and I'm like, this is not gonna work. Like I cannot use this wig. But then I used a like 6/7 inch wig, and it like perfect. So now I'm in search of a 6/7 inch wig. Great.
The next floor.
No, I can't go in there. No, I'll never come back with money. No, I'll be so poor. Story of my life. I'm eating a cup of ramen. But yeah, I think just knowing the measurements is probably gonna be the best bet, because if you buy a wig that's too big or too small, you're gonna be like, no. So, or to figure out what other people say. Nacho cries. I would give you no, but I gotta get it. Yes.
I don't know if it's a question, opinion. I want to put a tattoo on her, but I don't want it to be permanent. So I'm like, is there options for something? I mean, not like a sticker, but is there something out there where I can say, oh, I want to put this here, and the next time put something on her back, but not like, face up kind of.
Yeah, well, actually, one route that you could take is that you could commission a face-up artist. There's a lot of face-up artists now that are doing tattoos, which I think is really cool. Like, I secretly want to do that too. Like, they do tattoos on the dolls, and they'll use just, acrylics and watercolor pencils, and that will come off. Like, if you use, like, Windsor and Noon, or you use rubbing alcohol, it will come off the doll. So it's not permanent. Another route that you could follow, which he doesn't have them on anymore, so that's testament that it does come off, is if you actually do buy like little kid tattoos that you put on with water, yeah, prep the area first, and then you'll apply the tattoo, let it dry, and then you can put another layer of like MSC like sealant on top of it, and it'll stay. He had tattoos. Like I had a scar, like a huge scar right here. And I thought it'd be cool. I put 2 of them like on his hips, and I was like, "You're so cool!" Like, and I found out that since he wears pants, like it's kind of starting to rub off a little bit. So it did start wearing because it was like in a spot that moves a lot. And this one stayed on for a long time, and then finally it did start kind of deteriorating. And with me like handling them, it started coming off. But that's an option too. Like if you are not really 100% with sending your doll off to someone. But yeah, that's definitely an option too. Yes.
With just I did the eye decal thing by the way yesterday. I was the one that put out there. Thank you for putting this out again. Thank you very much. I was wondering if the decals you get for the plain kits, you can buy plain kits would probably be able to do the same thing, but you could put those on the dolls as well and use the same kind of liquid mediums and sets.
Hubby actually is a Warhammer player, and he I don't know if you know what Warhammer is, but Warhammer 40K, he plays that, and they actually have decals for the dolls too that you can put like on their armor and stuff. I haven't tried it out yet, but I want to try it out. His dolls normally come with decals, but models. What did I say? Dolls?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I think
They're
you have
fine
stars,
little dolls.
all those different types of things. They probably wouldn't have the same kind of texture as
Yeah.
those shiny type of tattoo things.
And yeah, I think, well, some of the shine, I know like when you put on a tattoo, like the fake ones, it does look kind of shiny. But once you put the tattoo on your doll and then you seal it again with matte sealant, the matte kind of takes away that glossiness.
Do I have to put the seal?
I would recommend it. Yes, it kind of will keep it in place for you and it'll make it last longer. So, yeah, that's, yeah, putting it, prepping it, like sealing it beforehand. Let me think. Yeah, I'm gonna try the decals. I haven't tried it yet, but I have tons.
I was thinking about that, you know, eye decals, the plain, you know, the car decals and all those things. Probably do it.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
You can do the vinyl cutting. You can design what you want and then send it to or take it to someone who does vinyl cutting, and they put it in there and they cut it out, and they can do the different colors, and then you can put it on and it's like almost like electrical tape or something, but it'll go on, but it'll just come right off when you want it. But it's
Like a sticker?
it's like it's vinyl with adhesive on it.
That might be around too. But yeah, but for sure I've tried doing the temporary tattoos and they do come off, which is good. So
And you can buy the paper and just print your own, so you
Oh,
can
yeah.
any designs
there you go.
and
Boom,
size too.
boom, boom, boom. You got it. Yeah. But it doesn't stay forever, I can tell you that for sure for the ones with temporary tattoos. I wish it did though. It looks really cool. Like I would totally drop his pants so you guys could see it. But he doesn't have them anymore, so darn. Anyway. Yes.
So, question regarding decals. Do you have any suggestion which company to get decals from?
You mean like decals, like to like what we're talking about for the tattoos and stuff?
Either for tattoos or for eyes.
Well, the eyes, I can tell you right now. Like for these like smaller people, there's some of the sculpts that come with like basically like flat eyes, like there's nothing here, and it's made so that when you can paint eyes or put a decal on it, and they do have decals, and I want to say it might be Parabox that has the decals, and it's like a little bit of a different process to put those decals on, because I know I've done that before too, because you actually have to loosen it off of the thing, so it's like a whole different story with that stuff. But as far as I know, I think they only have them for these. I don't know personally of any like bigger size like eye decals to buy. They're probably out there. I don't know where, but I do know that they do make them for the little ones, like for these little guys.
They
here,
make them
too.
for the 1/3 as well.
Did Parabox does? There you go. Yeah. You just be very careful and make sure you like look up a tutorial on how to do them, because decals are very sensitive. Like when you're putting like eyes on. I know that I had to do a couple of them before I actually like did my. I actually have a review for the Parabox decals, and yeah, it's weird because you have to like put it in water and then you have to separate it to get out with tweezers, and then you put it on, and there's a special thing that you have to put. It's like a different kind of mix. He gave me like two
Liquid salt and liquid set.
liquid. There you go. You got it. Yeah, liquid salt and liquid set, and that way it stays on and it stays flat. Because if not, it could start shriveling and wrinkling, and it'll be weird. So yeah. It's always-
Why weren't you at my panel yesterday?
Well-
I did it. I did the whole.
Oh, you did decals?
I actually did decal eyes right there.
Hey!
Yeah, I did it during the panel.
You're like decals, decals, decals.
White on the parabox.
Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we did decal eyes.
Yeah.
And we gave out 6 heads of decal eyes.
Dang. Awesome. Well, that pretty much concludes my panel. And like I did say before, I do have it fired up here if you want to pick one up, and it has info on the junkie spot on the back, and it has my info with my YouTube stuff. My YouTube page is like, it has reviews in it, and then it's got really random like crap on it. Like just really random stuff, just random stuff. You want to hopefully get a laugh, hopefully I'll make you laugh. Like you can check out some of my videos, because yeah.
We need your humor out there. There are days that, you're sitting there going, you're really depressed about dolls and stuff, and then you do tea time or something like that. And it's just so much better, to know that everybody is frustrated about dolls. Or one of the best things is all the things that we do waiting for dolls. And you're waiting for dolls.
Oh. Yes, I made a song, and I was waiting for a doll at that point, so I was like, I'm waiting for my doll to come, what has you please done? And it's like, just like singing the song, so that's on there. So, that and musical parodies, if you like musical parodies. I did one like, BJDs are my thing, like Shake It Off, like BJDs are my thing, BJDs. Yeah, that was pretty weird. So if you want to get a good laugh, that's the other YouTube place you can check out. Also, the reviews are there as well that I do. For
like I said, I went to her video again. So I don't remember exactly how to do it. 2 days before I went in and did them, I went to somebody. I knew she.
Yeah. So I don't claim to be a professional. I just kind of explore, and I share what I explore. So there's a lot of BJD adventure videos that I have, like boiling resin. I heard about it, but I didn't know that you could do it, and so I tried it. And I videotaped that too, so there's some, that way you can like switch up hands, swipe roll resin, as you can move the parts and stuff, so it's really cool. Yeah, no, I did that face too. I was like, shoot, am I gonna lose my doll hand? And I like snap something off, and I was like, well, here it goes, and I was like, into the bowling, where you go? So yeah, so much fun. Yes.
And also I watched your video from doing ears, so they gave me the
To drill?
Yeah, to do it. So
Awesome.
Yeah, so I did her ears after I watched it. She's saying, she's like, it's not, just take your time. I can say this, all I can say is just take your time. So I said, okay. She said, it seems easy, but just take your time. I just kept saying it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I love, like, after I discovered that, I was piercing like all my doll's ears. I was like, you get ear piercing? Yeah, you get ear piercing. Everything's like, yeah, I'm gonna give you ear piercing. It's fun. Well, yep, that pretty much concludes it. If you guys do me a big favor and tell everyone here goodbye. Bye. Bye. So,